Let's talk about Dr. Brian Johnson's strategic plan and how it impacts you as a student. I know we didn't get a chance to discuss this in depth in class, but we're going to do it here in this video. So first of all, let's talk about what the strategic plan of the president is. And that's actually a six-pronged approach to bring the institution to what he calls the target environment. In that target environment, there'll be fiscal integrity, meaning that monies will be spent properly and also be appropriated properly to the right places, to bring the institution to a place of national respectability with respect to funding, with respect to research, with respect to our partnerships and the people that we deal with. The six-pronged approach also brings the institution into what President Johnson calls the target environment, where things are done efficiently, things are done with integrity, and things are done with a cost-effective mindset, to ensure that the university is successful. He also, in this six-pronged approach, has a student-centric model where students are comprehensively developed and rewarded based on their merit, and also to create a living learning environment between the students and the faculty, where everyone is growing together and the students are learning inside the classroom but also outside the classroom. What does the strategic plan do? Number one, it increases donor confidence. People are more apt to give their money where they know that the money is being spent properly, and also where they know that the money is being used for what they intended for it to be used for. It also increases people's willingness to give. It increases alumni support. Many universities, especially HBCUs, we don't give a lot of money back because we don't trust where we're sending the money. Also will increase student morale because, again, this plan is student centric. Many of the pieces of this plan are designed with students in mind, and to increase student retention and student morale. Also to increase faculty morale, with the improvements and the capital improvements that are planned. Those things can only benefit the university, and it puts Tuskegee on a trajectory to succeed for many years. So let's talk about the vision document. Again, these are the six pillars of the document, and as the president will tell you, this is a living document, meaning that changes will be made to this document. These are, again, first year strategic goals, and then strategic priorities are laid out in this vision document. So let's talk about how the different points and strategies in the vision document affect you most as the student. First of all, you can see in the 5 strategic priorities, the number one priority is to create this student-centered culture where your success, student engagement, and parent satisfaction are key in ensuring that every student gets the best Tuskegee experience possible. Without saying that the university begins and ends with students. Your money pays salaries, your tuition money helps to keep the school running, and things like that. So everything should be centered around the student. That's not absolving you of responsibility or saying that you're going to be promoted without doing your work, but what it's saying is we value you as a student but also as a customer here to purchase an education. We talk about this second point, also inaugurating this 21st century higher education at Tuskegee. Having an expanded academic programming, having good robust technology infrastructure. We're moving in this direction. We just recently received a grant from Microsoft, a Thurgood Marshall technology grant for about almost $900,000. So that's a step in the right direction. Also fostering a culture of advancement and development and having a diverse fundraising portfolio. That affects you as a student. Every dollar raised in fundraising benefits you as a student. Here's a second pillar, first year goals, and let's talk about how this affects you. Program and unit outcomes for every administrative, academic, and student support service. That matters. If you know the goals of your department, if they're clearly outlined, then that makes it much easier for you to matriculate through the university with a clear understanding of what the department is trying to accomplish through your curriculum, through the classes that you have to take, so on and so forth. develop and doing this comprehensive self-study. What this allows us to do, and what it allows President Johnson to do, is to find the holes and to fix the holes. And when you do that, the university is a better place. Number 3 talks about the different processes and the different administrative management systems. Point blank, if you have a better process, then that means shorter lines for you at one stop, shorter lines at the registrar's office, shorter lines at the bursar's office. It means less confusion, and it also, in turn creates a better environment for learning and for living. How does this document affect you? Let's look at this university-wide initiatives pillar, the Lyceum series, the President's Men and Women Leadership Program, the Incoming High Achieving Scholars Program. All of these things are aimed at creative and a competitive environment for learning and for rewarding student performance. Students that do well will be rewarded, with scholarships, with fellowships, with internships, and so again, you want to foster this culture of learning. You want to foster a culture of seeking knowledge, and all of this will help us to do that. The honors program, university-wide and discipline-wide. This also creates an environment that rewards hard work, and in any environment, people that work the hardest ought to be rewarded. There's also the development of this Office of Undergrad Research, set up to ensure that Tuskegee students get valuable hands-on experience while they're in college, and not just wait until you hit the job market to figure out how to do certain things. Internships and study abroad opportunities, co-ops and things like that. Those things actually help you, and they give you skills, and they develop skill sets that you can apply to jobs when you leave this university. The year-long common reading program and putting the aid in STEM to create STEAM, all of those are designed again to create a comprehensively educated student, a student that's not just knowledgeable in their discipline, but also knowledgeable about the world. All right, how does this affect you? Look at the capital campaign readiness phase. This means that we're ready to go out and start raising money for improvements at the university. Point blank, everything on here affects the students. If you have better facilities, their morale is going to be better. Students are going to take more pride in the university. Students are going to be, more proud to call themselves Tuskegee graduates or Tuskegee students. You have better facilities, you have a better learning environment. Students learn better when the facilities are nicer. It's just, that's common sense. And so when you think about this, also look at the number one priority. The president's giving $100,000 this endowed scholarship. You think about the president actually taking a pay cut over the first 5 years of $20,000 per year. His giving back, that shows accountability, and it shows leadership by example. And so all of this being said, the vision document, the 6 pillars, and all of the information contained within them, they matter, and they matter to you. Let's look at this 6th pillar: students engaging in serviceable research. Students being competent and credentialed and comprehensively developed. Best practice in higher education management, knowing what's going on the global scale and what's going on a national scale. All of these things are aimed at producing students who are lifelong learners, students who are well trained in their discipline, who know their discipline when they graduate, students who understand how their field relates to the world around them. And even here, utilizing effective and transparent lines of communication throughout the academic enterprise. What does that mean? Students who are well informed make better decisions. That starts on the student level, to the academic advising level, to the departmental level, all the way up to the president's office. Students that are well informed, you're going to make better decisions. The thing is, once you receive the information, you have to make sure that you make the best of the information once you receive it. If that means visiting your advisor multiple times per semester, do it. If it means not self-advising and then getting to graduation waiting for someone else to fix it, that's not going to happen. If you're well informed, those types of things don't happen to well informed students. What's the bottom line? We are in a current environment. We're moving towards a target environment, and in moving toward the target environment, some things have to change. Sometimes change can be uncomfortable, but in the end, the university is going to be a better place for it, and you'll have a better university to call your own. And so when you look at this vision document, it is heavily focused on impacting and improving student performance, impacting and improving the student living situation, you know, capital campaign, fundraising for housing and all of that stuff. Those are problems that are well understood, and now things are being done to try and fix that. So the bottom line is,